Shalom, everybody. Welcome to the Midrash portion of Reunion Roadmap. This is David Jones, and with me today is Barry Phillips. Shalom, brother.
Shalom, brother.
You know, we're at the time we're recording this, we're preparing to enter into the sixth biblical month, the month of Elul, and there's a lot of things that can be said in that. This is the last month that precedes the fall festivals, the fall Moedim. There's a lot can be said in that. This is considered a month of preparation, in the idea that this is the sixth month that can be related to the 6,000 years and waiting for the 7,000th year. This could be associated with these 6 days of creation, waiting for the seventh day. So there's a lot of areas of preparation that we're getting in the idea of the sixth month. Adam, man, was created on the sixth day. There's a lot of things that we can get into when we look at that. But traditionally, this month of Elul, it's treated, the name Elul is treated like an acronym. Ani ladodi vadodi li. I am my beloved is mine. And that gives us, again, pointing towards the seventh month when all of the fall festivals start. This gives us the idea of drawing closer to the Father in this time and in this season, if you will, a call for relationship and searching our hearts and preparing ourselves for all the things that are to come. There's so many things that can be said about this month that, you know, my mind kind of spins when I'm kind of thinking about it. Barry, when I say, you know, Elul, what are you thinking? What kind of comes to mind when we start talking about, okay, we're now entering in the sixth month, the month of Elul? I mean, like, what would you say to someone who says, okay, so what does that mean to me?
Well, a couple of things come to mind immediately. One is 40 days. The initial 30 days and then 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, or Yom Teruah, more biblically correct, in Yom Kippur. Sometimes we have the idea, well, you know, I got 40 days, and there's no need in going too hard at this. I got plenty of time. And that's a misnomer that has been spiritually infused into our being for many, many, many centuries. It goes all the way back to the time of Esau. And I think I've shared this before, but basically Esau had this mindset of, I'll repent when it's necessary. I'm going to live what I want to live and do what I want to do until it's necessary to become spiritually astute and prepared in order to receive whatever blessing Daddy has for me. That it didn't work out that way. And he spent the rest of his life in bitterness. Hebrews describes that, the book of Hebrews describes that in, was it chapter 12, that he is like a bitter root and causes many to stumble. Waiting to the last 10 days. Okay, it's time to pay attention here. Who knows how much prep work you were supposed to be doing during the initial 30 days to get you to the level of intensity of dealing with the last 10 days. We put off, procrastinate, deem it unimportant until we think, okay, now it's important. It's kind of like the student that has a major test to conclude their course of study, whether high school or collegiate level, or medical exams for, to be a doctor or nursing. And you wait till the night before to start cramming. And then you realize the volume of material necessary to get into my brain is not happening tonight. And you begin to panic. David, we don't want to panic. We anticipate the appearing of Messiah in conjunction with the fall feast. If that is really what we believe and know to be true, then the month of Elul is and should be a significant preparation time for us. or else we're going to find ourselves in trouble. No one wants to stand before him on that day and be looking at your toenails thinking, oh boy, this is not going to go good.
Mm-hmm.
So is it, am I being one to coerce or shame or pressure someone? No, the choice is yours. You can take this as seriously or nonchalantly as you. Yeshua did ask the question, though, in that day, will the son of Adam find faith in the earth? Question.
Yeah. And that's a question that he never really fully answers after the question was asked. It was stated. Another interesting thing is Elul, the Aramaic term means to search. You had brought that out as we're in preparation to hit this record button. We were getting everything set up. And I like that idea because it's like, are we searching for the Father? And like you had said, even before it becomes absolutely necessary to. As all the fall Moedim kick off with Yom Teruah, it's the sounding the shofar, sounding the alarm to awaken the people, wake up, get ready. The king is coming, prepare the way. We've heard this talked about, the parable with the 10 virgins, the 5 wise, the 5 foolish. But the point of this, for the sake of what we're talking about here today, they were all asleep. They were all asleep when the time came to get ready to prepare the way in that shofar call that was related to Yom Teruah, the first day of the 7th month. They were all asleep. I mean, they even had oil. They even, had the fire. They had the oil. They had all that, but they were every single one of them asleep. And that was kind of, makes me think of the call, Yeshua to his Talmidim. What, you couldn't watch with me for 1 hour? What, you couldn't pray with me for 1 hour? As we enter this month or in this month, depending on whenever these midrashes do tend to come through, are we faithful to search for him? Let's just say daily. Are we willing to search for our hearts daily and see, okay, Yahweh, like the psalmist says, search me if there's anything unclean within me, search me so that I can repent, search me so that I can reconcile, search me so that I can make it right. Are we willing in this time to say, search me, Yahweh? And in this month, it's really cool because speaking of searching in this month, there's a traditional parable that's spoken about the king in the field. Are you familiar with it, Barry? So that's the idea. So we're out and we're working, we're doing what we need to do. We're working the fields, we're doing whatever. But in this month, the king goes out into the fields to meet with his people, wherever they are. And still in the 7th month, the king calls all the people to into his kingdom and we're going to have a feast and do all that. But in this time, the king goes out. Let's just kind of paraphrase it and put it this way: into the highways and byways. It makes me think of Yeshua, doesn't it? That in this time, it's Yeshua going out to where the people are, going out to meet them where they're at, going out, and the proclamation is the same focus for this month. Repent. Get ready. Just turn yourselves back to the Father. Same thing that Yochanan was proclaiming. Get ready, prepare the way. The King is coming, and we see Yeshua fulfilling that as well. And then tie this in with the time of 40 days leading to Yom HaKippurim, and the 40 days that can be tied to Yeshua fasting. Some believe that it was in this time that Yeshua was fasting for the 40 days during this season right here, that he was mikved or baptized on the 1st of Elul, and then was driven off into the wilderness to be tempted in this time. So there's a lot that we can look at that's said here, but I think the emphasis here is, what are we searching for and where are we searching for it?
Yeah. I also noticed this, that according to Chabad.org's calendar set up. The first of Elul would show up this year on August the 18th, which is, a little ways from where we are. The Torah portion prior to that, Shoftim, is about appointing judges, those that would help us to understand what is justice and how to apply the Torah in our lifestyle with justice in mind, treating one another fairly, observing the Torah correctly, because the phrase is, you shall appoint Shoftim the Shotrim, officer or judges and officers, the officers being, I hate to say it this way, but Torah sheriffs, those that would help us to apply the Torah correctly, teaching us, correcting us.
Hey, Barry, really quick on that note, not to side distract you, but Shotrim, even modern Hebrews, it's a police officer.
No. Yeah, we don't need Barney Fife running around giving us a Torah ticket, but that's kind of the idea. The following Torah portion, Kitetse, is when you go out. The following Kitisa is about when you come back in. So there's, in the middle of all of that, it's about when you go out in exile and when you come back in from exile. Perhaps Elul is the balance of the two. If we will judge ourselves correctly, we don't need to be judged. If we will deal with our stuff, somebody else doesn't have to. If we fail to deal correctly with ourselves, honestly and thoroughly with ourselves, it could lead us to exile. So, when Yah gives us the Torah, it's not a self-improvement plan. This is not some kind of psychological or psychiatry course. This is not feel good. This is his lifestyle for his redeemed people. This is the way he wants us to live. This is who we are to become. The Torah is the character and the personality of Yeshua revealed to us. So when we say, Yeshua, I want to be like you. I want to walk like you want me to walk. I want to be who you want me to be. Well, the Torah tells you what that is, who that is, and how to get there.
I was having a hard time hitting this button. That's great, because I love that example here, because, wasn't it Rav Shaul who said if we judge ourselves, we wouldn't be judged with the world?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we are to discern ourselves in this time. And I think that's a matter of just being honest, being open, and, are we looking for Yahweh even in the, I hate to put it this way, but I think this really is just one of the best ways to put it. Are we looking for Yahweh even in the mundane? Are we looking for him even in just the day-to-day events of our life?
Well, he's there.
He's there. But are we searching for him in that? Or are we people who are like, no, God's going to have to get my attention with signs, wonders, and miracles, and he's going to have to do something extravagant and spectacular in order for me to be able to. And I think while we may not just hold that blatant, but I think with as much as we distract ourselves with so many things and fill our days with so many things that are not associated with him, I think we're saying that. And so in these times, in these seasons, I encourage us all to look at the distractions and the hindrances and put them away. And let us search for Yahweh in this time and in this season. Because he says, if you will search for me, you will find me if you search with me with your whole heart.
Yes.
And I don't think too many people are searching wholeheartedly for Yahweh. I think we're too busy blaming him for our own circumstances of our own device. Ouch.
Or spending our time in prayer asking for what we think we don't have. What we don't have is the righteous heart that we need. So that's priority number one. And David, we're running out of time, brother.
Well, I think that put us right about as a good means to close. Search him and make him priority. With Amen. That, guys, we love to hear your feedback, right? We love to hear your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, and you can do that. You can send us to us. You can email us at reunionroadmap@bnayosefna.com. I get it. So until next time, shalom, everyone.
Shalom.